We crave permanence. We build our cities on coastlines, assuming the water will always stay at bay. We take our medicines, assuming they will always cure us. We look up at the stars and assume they are distant, silent, and still. But the universe doesn't care about our need for stability. The universe is a master of chaotic transformation. Welcome back to Lost Pages of Science. I'm your host. It is mid-April 2026, and a wave of new scientific discoveries has just washed over us, completely shattering our illusions of a safe, predictable reality. Today, we are reading from 3 brand new, freshly uncovered pages of science. We are going to explore a microscopic war zone where organisms literally explode to defeat our strongest medicines. We will look deep into the void at a beam of energy so powerful it rivals thousands of suns, and we will travel to a forgotten drowned world hiding right beneath the ocean's waves. Strap in, because the universe we live in is far stranger and far more violent than you think. Let's start in the deepest, darkest trenches of the cosmos. When we think of black holes, we think of the ultimate cosmic vacuum cleaners, monsters of gravity that trap everything, even light itself, in an inescapable abyss. But black holes aren't just consumers. They are also the most terrifying engines of creation and destruction in the universe. On April 18, 2026, astrophysicists announced a stunning breakthrough regarding one of the most famous and first-known black holes ever discovered, Cygnus X-1. By syncing up a massive, planet-sized network of radio telescopes, scientists were finally able to capture the most detailed, intimate measurements of a phenomenon known as a black hole jet. As a black hole consumes matter, it doesn't just swallow it all. It redirects massive amounts of superheated, energized particles and blasts them out from its poles at nearly the speed of light. But what truly shocked the scientific community was the sheer, unfathomable scale of the energy being unleashed. The researchers measured the jets erupting from Cygnus X-1 and found that these beams of plasma rival the power of 10,000 suns. Take a second to process that. The star at the center of our solar system gives life to everything on Earth. It is a massive, roaring nuclear furnace. Now imagine the raw, blistering power of 10,000 of our suns, all compressed, focused, and fired out into the void in a single, devastating cosmic laser beam. These jets are tearing through the fabric of space, demonstrating that black holes aren't just silent voids, they are the most powerful, active artillery cannons in the universe. But as terrifying as a cosmic beam of 10,000 suns is, sometimes the most frightening weapons are the ones we can't even see. For nearly a century, humanity has relied on a miracle shield to protect us from the invisible world: antibiotics. But the shield is cracking. We've known that bacteria are evolving to resist our drugs, but the way they are doing it sounds like the plot of a biological horror movie. On April 17, 2026, researchers published a study revealing a dark, surprising twist in how bacteria share the genes that make them resistant to our medicines. We used to think bacteria simply traded genetic blueprints through passive, safe exchanges. But scientists have just uncovered that some bacteria are actually using a suicidal, explosive delivery system to arm their neighbors. Deep inside their genetic code, these bacteria harbor tiny, virus-like particles known as gene transfer agents, or GTAs. These GTAs are actually the remnants of ancient viral invaders that attacked the bacteria millions of years ago. But rather than being destroyed by the viruses, the bacteria adapted. They tamed the virus. They repurposed it. The bacteria turned these ancient viral invaders into customized delivery drones. When a bacterium needs to share its antibiotic-resistant armor with the rest of the colony, it packs its survival genes into these microscopic viral drones. And then it detonates. The bacteria literally explode. They sacrifice themselves, tearing their own cell walls apart, just to unleash a swarm of gene transfer agents. These drones then shuttle the antibiotic-resistant DNA directly into neighboring cells, instantly upgrading the colony's defenses. It is a microscopic kamikaze mission, a biological warfare tactic where individual suicide ensures the invincibility of the swarm. As we try to fight off superbugs, we aren't just fighting simple germs. We are fighting a highly coordinated, self-sacrificing army that wields ancient, repurposed viruses as explosive weapons. It makes you wonder, if life on the microscopic scale is this resilient, this adaptable, what else is life capable of surviving or hiding? Beneath the grey, freezing waves of the North Sea, between the coastlines of modern-day Britain and Europe, lies a graveyard. But it is not a graveyard of ships. It is a graveyard of an entire world. Thousands of years ago, before the sea levels rose at the end of the last ice age, the North Sea wasn't a sea at all. It was a vast, sprawling landmass known to modern archaeologists as Doggerland. For decades, it was believed to be a cold, harsh, marshy tundra, a bleak place where our ancient ancestors struggled to survive before the waters finally swallowed it whole. But on April 17, 2026, scientists announced the extraction of new, revolutionary DNA evidence from the submerged sediments of Doggerland. And the story the DNA tells is entirely different. Long before the rising seas devoured the land, this lost world was not a bleak wasteland. It was a remarkably lush, life-friendly haven. The ancient DNA extracted from the seabed reveals that massive, sprawling forests of oak, elm, and hazel were thriving across Doggerland more than 8,000 years ago. Ancient hunter-gatherers didn't just survive here. They lived in a rich, vibrant paradise, hunting beneath the canopies of massive oaks that are now buried under hundreds of feet of crushing, freezing salt water. Doggerland is the ultimate ghost story of Earth's climate history. An entire thriving ecosystem, a vast, forested continent full of life, animals, and human families erased from the map by the relentless, rising tide. When we look at the DNA of those drowned oak and elm trees, we aren't just looking at the past. We are looking into a mirror. It is a stark, haunting reminder that the maps we draw today, the coastlines we build our civilizations upon, are just temporary lines drawn in the sand. The Earth, just like the cosmos, is always rewriting its own story. And sometimes, to read the most beautiful chapters, we have to dig through the wreckage of the apocalypse. From black hole jets firing with the fury of 10,000 suns, to microscopic bacteria exploding to weaponize ancient viruses, to the drowned, lost forests of Doggerland, April 2026 has proven one thing: nature is as terrifying as it is magnificent. If you want to keep exploring the darkest, most fascinating mysteries of human knowledge, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a chapter. Let me know in the comments below, which of today's stories unsettled you the most? The cosmic lasers, the kamikaze bacteria, or the sunken forests? Until next time, keep questioning reality. Keep reading the lost pages of science.